Welcome to Eat Well. I'm Wiesel.
And I'm Jack.
We're doing plant-based cuisine that's comforting to eat.
We make it accessible and easy to make at home, like we are. Join us.
First things first, we're gonna make one-pan dinners courtesy of Jack, his own original recipes, and we're gonna start with home stock.
Yeah, so the key to any of your one-pan dinners is have a really good stock. That's where the base level of your flavour comes from. So it really pays off to make your own. If you can't do that, you can always get an organic stock cube or a stock powder, but I prefer my own. Everything here, by the way, is chopped really roughly. You're going to reduce it down in a stock so it doesn't need to look pretty. You also save a lot of time doing that as well.
And could it come out, for example, like if you're already making dinners and the leftovers from the cut veggies, we could turn into stock, right?
Absolutely, yeah. That's the beauty of a stock. Anything can go in it really, because you are reducing it down. You can add flavors here and there. You can't really go wrong as long as you're tasting all the time.
So here we have carrots,
Yep.
celery, white onion, lemon, garlic, and leeks. And what are the herbs that we have? Bay leaf, and this is?
That's dried thyme. You can use fresh thyme, but for me there really is no difference, especially in a stock. Dried herbs work really well.
And of course, rosemary, your favorite.
That's my favorite, yeah. Okay, so I've got some oil warming on the stove. I'll bring my pan across. So first we're gonna pop in our onions.
Olive oil?
Yes, olive oil.
Does it have to be?
Extra virgin olive oil. You can use coconut oil if you like, but I prefer the flavour that the olive oil adds. So,
English, you know.
in with the white onions. And normally, you would cook your onions down, wait for them to soften. With the stock, you really can't just pop it all in. So we've got the garlic there. Got our leek tops. Nothing goes to waste. Carrots and celery. And a quick note on the herbs. What I like to do is go one bay leaf and a sprinkling of thyme. And like I said earlier, you can always adjust the seasoning and the herbs and the intensity as you go along. So what we'll do, we'll get this on the stove. You can throw it all in and you're going to get a great flavour still.
And is it going to be high, medium heat?
At medium heat, yeah. And then when you start to hear a bit of sizzling, kind of give it a stir around, get those herbs moving, get that bay nice and bruised. And then when the vegetables start to soften, then you can put in half a litre of water. The water will start to reduce. As that does so, you can top it up as necessary. But remember, taste as you go.
Are you adding salt, anything?
I like to use this pink Himalayan salt.
Why?
It's a more intense flavour. It's a really nice flavouring salt. I mean, somebody once told me, try that salt, try this salt. I was like, but it's
definitely the healthier one too.
Yeah.
It has more minerals.
Okay, how do you? So now we're going to strain the stock to get that liquid. And again, the base level flavour that this brings to any dish is so great.
And all the nutrition would be in the stock. All of this is already just fiber.
That's our stock. Yeah, so now we have that stock, we can make a whole host of dishes. One of my favourite dishes is a curried cauliflower casserole.
And why did you choose this?
So curry is now a massive influence in my life. I married into a half Finnish, half Indian family.
Interesting mix.
Very much so.
We're using independent spices, which is?
Yeah, so we have turmeric, cumin seeds, some ginger, which you just get in the jar. It's a lot easier than peeling and chopping the fresh stuff.
Or you can chop it, whichever.
Yeah. We've got some garam masala, which is a mix of different spices, including coriander seeds, cayenne pepper, cinnamon and things. And then we've got what's called degi mirch, or a chili powder that's specifically used for curries.
But they use cayenne?
Yeah, or normal chili powder. Yeah. So let's get started. I've got some oil warming on the pan, and we're going to drop some onion into that.
Okay, chop it really.
So we get a dice going. We're going for a fine dice. This really helps for the onion to absorb the flavours. Okay, so I'm going to drop that onion into the pan. Get that nice sizzle going. But we don't want it to brown too much, because this is the key point where the onion absorbs the flavour of this masala. What I like to do is salt the onions first with that Himalayan salt. Just a pinch. And we'll get that moving. So when you've got a bit of softness on your onions, this is when to drop in that ginger paste. It gets really aromatic at this point. And we've got our cumin seeds, which we're going to want to toast just slightly, just until you can smell it. Like you said, that aromatic flavour. We're also going to drop in the cardamom pods. And for the powdered spices, we're going to hold off just a little bit until that ginger's integrated. So now that those onions are softened, the cumin seeds are nice and toasted, we're going to drop in those powdered spices. So we're going to start with the garam masala. We've got the degi mirch or chili powder. And we've got that turmeric. One tip for that, which I'm not abiding to, is to use a spoon with turmeric. Otherwise, your fingers will end up very yellow. Okay, just give that a nice mix around. I'll reduce the heat now to a nice low heat.
That smells gorgeous.
If it just look a little bit dry, you can drop in a bit of
Stock.
Yeah, of course.
How
go for
much?
it. We'll start with about half a cup.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. We'll go back on the heat. Nice low heat. Let those flavours infuse. And once the liquid is reduced just a little bit, we'll drop in our cauliflower and let that absorb the flavour. Okay, so our cauliflower is nice and coated. We're going to drop in our protein sauce, chickpeas.
Can they also maybe use carrots, green peas?
Yeah, awesome. There we go. So we've got your stock in, all your ingredients in. It's just about cooking that cauliflower. Get a lid on there, let everything reduce. Keep an eye on the water level. You can always add a little bit more stock if you need to. Test your cauliflower after about 15 minutes. If it's nice and soft, then it's ready to go.
And it's done.
Okay, so there we have it.
And how are we finishing it?
So I like to garnish all of my Indian cuisine with a nice dash of coriander.
For that added freshness,
And what's missing?
dash of
Acid. So lemon works really well.
to taste. And there you have it.
There we go. Our curried cauliflower casserole.
In how many minutes?
Less than 30.